lots of conch. That's not the case in most of the Bahamas anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to come up with an estimate of the number of conch, the density of conch right along this area.
So we're going to go now into the water, and we're going to decide how far we're going to go. And then we're going to start surveying our area to see what type of conch we have in that particular area.
One live conch, juvenile. I found it in a sandy habitat.
I found an adult conch, and it has a thick lip. That's one of the features of being an adult.
We found one juvenile live and one adult live so far. And we found 3 dead juvenile. 3 dead juvenile. So that's interesting. Only 2 live and 3 dead. And all of them in the sandy area.
Everybody has commented that it's been an incredible learning experience to them, not only the content knowledge of the ecosystems and the important commercial species like conch, grouper, and crawfish, but it has been personal growth for them as they have faced their fears and lack of comfort in the sea.
You can see it in the faces of the teachers when they realize that they've got fantastic resources right at their fingertips. We're surrounded in the Bahamas by a living laboratory of an amazing underwater world that most people don't take the time to experience.
This is the only country that we have, and this is the only environment that we have. And as educators, if we can be enlightened and if we could feel the need to share with our students.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Our marine resources were once considered inexhaustible. Conch and reef fish like grouper were abundant everywhere, and it seemed as if the lobster catch would rise forever. But today, there is a downward trend that affects everyone. Researchers say we can reverse the trend by protecting more marine habitats. And the good news is that most Bahamians strongly support efforts to halt further decline. Tripling the size of our network of marine parks will mean more fish and conch for everyone, now and for the future, as well as more recreational and ecotourism opportunities. Today, only 10% of our waters are protected. Surveys show that most Bahamians consider protection of our marine environment to be a top national priority. More protection means more benefits for everyone, now and in the future. It's a win-win-win strategy for the economy, for Bahamians, and for nature. Protect our sea, protect our way of life, protect the Bahamas. See the future. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Minister of Education addressing the nation on education reform as thousands prepare to return to the classrooms. Meanwhile, Carnival Cruise Port executives unveiled the official name of the $200 million cruise port. And the 30-day period over for residents of Lucayan Towers South. Hear why the Grand Bahama Port Authority say they refuse to compromise on the safety of residents. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, has delivered a national address as public schools across the country reopen their doors to welcome students back to the classroom. In her address, the Education Minister outlined a range of initiatives aimed at fostering positive outcomes for students, underlying her ministry's steadfast commitment to achieving their educational goals.
We have clearly envisioned what our public school students must manifest, and therefore, much work is underway.
The Ministry of Education taking a critical examination of the country's educational system. Acknowledging the profound effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Minister of Education, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, emphasized that its impact must not be underestimated.
44% of our students require intervention. This is a significant finding, which requires intense and sustained interventions for all students affected. Remediation efforts by the ministry started as early as May of this year in some of our schools, with ongoing assessments being completed to mitigate gaps and foster solutions.
Minister Hannah Martin revealed that the upcoming academic term will see a concentrated focus on numeracy and literacy for grade 1 students. New protocols are also being put into place for GLAD examinations.
Beginning with this year's results, which have already been shared with schools, a communication strategy will be deployed to ensure information flow with all stakeholders, especially with the relevant teacher and parent.
Reforms are shaping in the technical and vocational sector. The Education Minister announcing efforts aimed at expanding access to these critical educational pathways for both boys and girls. Minister Hannah Martin also highlighting the recent reform of the high school diploma requirement, a process that has unfolded over the past 9 months.
While students still require the 4 BJCs, only English and maths are mandatory subjects, and students will be able to opt for any other 2 subjects offered at BJC level to make up the 4 subjects. An honors diploma has been introduced for the high-performing students, and a technical and vocational pathway for students is being developed for those students who have opted for the technical stream.
Teachers are set to receive an annual allowance of $250 to aid in preparing their classrooms. The move is aimed at addressing morale concerns.
In the next few weeks, we will be pleased to forward to the Public Service Commission recommendations for promotions of the teachers who have successfully demonstrated excellence in pedagogy. To help address the global shortage of teachers, the Teacher Cadet Corps has been revitalized to incentivize students to enter the teaching profession.
The construction of new classroom blocks is also set to be a focal point in this year's budget cycle for several schools in the Northern Bahamas. Well, public schools across the country have officially opened their doors to students as the new academic year gets underway. The Minister for Grand Bahama visiting 3 of the schools in her Pine Ridge constituency early Monday morning to greet the students and instructors and offer some encouraging words.
An exciting day for thousands of public school students and teachers as they made their return to the classrooms. On hand to greet them, armed with a smile and warm hugs, was the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie. She's expressing optimism about the new academic year.
I think I touched 3 schools so far. Jack Haywood Junior School, the Beacon School, and Hugh Campbell Primary, all in the Pine Ridge constituency. And the students, I believe they're going to do very well this school year. You know, I think the teachers are excited as well. You see some fear in the eyes of those who are new. But I wanted to comfort them and let them know that, you know, all will be well. They're going to do great this school year.
On Sunday evening, Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, acknowledged that tens of millions are invested in education each year as she declared education a national priority. The Grand Bahama Minister agreeing with those comments while noting her desire to see an improvement in the national grade point average.
And education is the key to success. And so we want to ensure that our students are equipped with the tools they need to succeed, that the classrooms, the teachers are equipped, and that all of the work that it takes to get us there is done. And I think, you know, we're well on the way. I know that the Education Minister, she would have heavily focused on readying the schools, readying the classroom, and I'm excited, really.
District Superintendent of Grand Bahama, Bimini and the Keys, Ivan Butler,
also reporting that all of the schools in the district have opened successfully and says he is pleased with the numbers. He also took the time to assuage fears about schools not being ready.
We want to say that all of our schools are ready, all of our schools welcome all of their children, and we will be operating for all day, so we're ready to begin the process of instruction in our schools, and so we're just happy. We have no major hiccups that would impede our students learning at this time.
And despite a critical teacher shortage in the specialized areas, Butler nonetheless touts the full complement of teachers this year and says that that issue is being addressed.
I can say the district, we have pretty much a full complement of teachers. We're still moving 1 or 2 teachers around, but for the most part, most of our teachers have returned.
Now, the Grand Bahama minister sending an encouragement to all students to focus on their schoolwork, pay attention to the teachers and their instructions, and to ultimately do well. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Reuben Davis.
Well, today is the reopening day of schools across the country, and here on Grand Bahama, parents are excited for the first day back. While dropping their kids off, parents told our ZNS News team that they are relieved that the kids are making their way back to the classrooms.
It's a relief, I hope she does good this term. I mean, I know she always will do good, but it's good. I'm so happy for my baby. He's a great one. He's at Freeport Primary, though. My baby, she's been to the school for a while, but everything is, to the grace of God, it was good. Listen, I couldn't wait for school to open up. I'm going to throw a party. I feel happy. That's about it. Why you feel happy? Because the term being off from school for a long time, and I feel like it's time for them to get back in school.
While they describe the return as a long-awaited one, they are also wishing them a safe school term and are looking forward to receiving good grades.
That she continue to be the smart and brilliant little girl that she is and stay focused. Doesn't matter what you're going through at home and stuff like that, you still have a friend at school you could talk to, or a custodian staff or someone at school that you could trust, that you could talk to and vent to, because you have a lot of children today going through a lot. To wish her all the best, and that she has a blessed and a safe term.
Just keep your head up and be strong and do good.
A blessed and a safe term indeed. Well, Celebration Key, that's the name for the new $200 million Carnival cruise port here on Grand Bahama. The good news rolling in along with the next steps for Carnival Cruise Line as it announces that Celebration Key is the first port destination exclusively designed for Carnival Cruise Line guests, and its name is reportedly based on the vision for the destination to be a celebration of all that Carnival and the Bahamas has to offer. According to a press release issued today, as Carnival gets ready to open itineraries in late September for cruises that will call on its highly anticipated exclusive cruise port destination on Grand Bahama, it revealed the name Celebration Key to guests, employees, travel advisors, and Bahamian officials today. Once complete, it will be capable of welcoming 2 million guests each year, said Carnival Cruise Line President Christine Duff. According to Duff, they are working very closely with the government of the Bahamas and the Grand Bahama Port Authority to ensure that they are highlighting the best of Grand Bahama and its culture, combined with fun like only Carnival can provide. In late September, Carnival plans to announce further details of the destination, along with opening for sale the first itineraries on at least 10 ships from multiple home ports that will include a visit to Celebration Key, with the first cruises calling on the destination in July 2025. Now, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, says the name is most fitting and ties in with the vision for the island, which is to be the home of events and entertainment.
It's the key to a grand celebration, so I can see a lot of reunions coming here. People who want to reunite and get together, groups coming here to celebrate, and of course we're going to have other things going on throughout the island. And so I love the name, actually.
With the first sailings to the destination slated for July 2023, Moxie shares that a lot of the work to the port is completed in terms of dredging. She adds that landslide development will start happening soon and employment opportunities will begin to emerge. She speaks to just how the cruise port will stimulate the economy.
This new port is going to bring 2 million passengers every year. And we're talking about in the first year, to Grand Bahama Island. that's going to, spill over into all segments of the community. It's going to benefit our, straw vendors, our taxi drivers, our other facilities outside of the cruise port. So I see the opportunity for a lot of new experiences. I keep telling everyone, get your business idea together. Try to come up with authentic Bahamian products, because I believe that now is the time that Grand Bahama is going to really take off.
Meantime, the Grand Bahama Port Authority releasing a statement on the way forward for residents of Lucayan Towers South. You may recall that on July 14th, as a result of long-standing code violations and serious safety hazards, the Buildings and Development Services Department, BDS, of the Grand Bahama Port Authority issued a final notice to the condominium board of the Lucayan Towers South. The notice stipulated that the board had 30 days to present a tangible plan of action. Otherwise, GBPA would have no other alternative but to revoke the certificate of occupancy to ensure the safety and well-being of the families and residents of the condominium. The statement goes on to say that GBPA acknowledges that it has received a proposed plan of structural and related works to the condominium building, adding that they have also reviewed the proposed plan and items of concern have been highlighted and communicated to the board for their immediate attention. GBPA will grant a brief extension. However, the Grand Bahama Port Authority reiterating through its statement that it will not compromise when it comes to the safety of the occupants of Lucayan Towers South and will continue to take the necessary and required action to ensure that they have access to a safe, hazard-free place to live. Heading now into news from the crime beat, 34-year-old Hudson Roberts hauled before the court today on 3 charges associated with copper theft. It is alleged that between Wednesday, July 5th and Thursday, July 6th, between being concerned together with others, did steal 1,500 feet of copper cable, 600 by 24 copper cables valued at $33,024 and 33 cents, the property of the Bahamas Telecommunication Company. Additionally, between Thursday, July 6th and Friday, July 7th, it is alleged that Hudson, being concerned together with others, did steal 900 feet of 100 by 24 copper cables valued at $24,174.59, the property of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company. Also, between Thursday, July 6th and Friday, July 7th, Roberts, being concerned together with others, is also accused of stealing 100 feet of 400 by 24 copper cables valued at $16,446.81. This, too, is the property of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company. Roberts was given bail in the amount of $8,000 on the first count and on the second, $2,500 with one suretor. And he is to wear an ankle bracelet. The case is adjourned to October 24th of this year. Switching gears now, last month we introduced to you a young man named Jeremy Roll who bravely shared his plea for financial assistance in order to receive treatment for his condition of lymphedema, which affects both of his legs. Tonight, we revisit Jeremy's journey as he continues to face hurdles on his path to medical care. Here's that story.
You're outside, Jay. You're outside.
Jeremy Roll has been grappling with the effects of lymphedema since 2019. A touching video captured the moment when Roll, with the aid of several men, made his way outdoors for the first time since January of 2022. His purpose was to make his way to the harbor to board the Margaritaville vessel that would carry him into Florida for much-needed medical treatment. However, his journey to seek medical assistance encountered a disheartening setback.
We were denied entrance on the boat because of the size of my wheelchair. And then they tried to carry us to cargo, but border control denied that.
The ordeal was frustrating for Jeremy and his family traveling alongside him, as they had received information that he would be able to travel from the agency they purchased the ticket from.
I asked, would you all be able to take me on? The young lady advised me yes. And I said, you sure? Because my wheelchair is 30-inch and stuff like that. Would you guys be able to take me on? He said yes, and it's wheelchair accessible and all of that.
Jeremy's mother contacted the travel agency and discussed the situation with the manager. The family's concerns were addressed promptly, and the manager offered an explanation for the confusion. The agency also took swift action to resolve the issue.
The manager told me that there are some summer girls within the office, and when you call, they just giving you any kind of information. The manager advised her that the malaria is taking us on.
Jeremy left for the first round of treatment on Saturday, August 26th, but his journey is far from over. Just last month, we shared his story, shedding light on the financial difficulties he was grappling with, but his plea for assistance has not yielded the support he had hoped for.
Everybody was saying, oh, I saw him on the news. I saw him on the news, but from that video, those weeks ago, 3 people responded.
Rose says he is still in need of financial aid.
After I go back to them to check the legs, I'm going to need more shots, and surgery would follow.
And when we come back, we take a look at the West Grand Bahama Back to School Bash that drew a large crowd this past Friday. The details of that story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need. And extended hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Kelville and Children's Store downtown now has a selection of girls' school shoes, 25% off, backpacks, lunchbox, underwear, school socks, and much, much more.
It's back to school with Bellevue Gifts and Supplies. Shop now and get huge savings on composition books, 15% off textbooks, workbooks, school supplies, and all teachers' aids. Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, Queens Highway, making going back to school more affordable.
National Heroes Holiday Weekend kicks off with a bang Friday, October 6th with the invasion of the Passport Gang at the Zone Sporting Lounge, and Saturday, October 7th with a bear fest on the grounds of Dreams and Chasers, Marsh Harbor, Abaco.
Unfortunately, there are residents in our communities who continue to indiscriminately litter and dump trash around our city, creating an eyesore and environmental impacts. We all know better. Only losers litter. We are in this together, so let's all do our part to keep our streets, land, and communities clean, green, and pristine.
Let's get the party started. It's all about customer appreciation. $2 Wednesdays at Dreams and Chasers, Resilient Square, Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Free hors d'oeuvres while supplies last.
All of the members from the City of Freeport Council welcome and send best wishes to students for the 2023 to 2024 school year.
Good morning again. I compared to valet parking. Throw us the keys and tell us to drive it into the port.
Just being able to operate not in the operator's chair was a big difference for us.
We worked very closely with the harbor. It starts there and it ends here. It is a male-dominated industry, and doors have opened up for me and most of the women here because of the opportunity.
These are one of the machines that we maintain, make sure that it's safe for our people. This is what we do. This is our bread and butter.
Our team meets every challenge head on. I've just loved seeing and being a part of the growth and the development of our team and Team Freeport.
The Insight on Hutchinson Ports, airing August 28th at 8:30 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
1 in 6 men under the age of 60 will get it. 1 man in the Bahamas dies from it every 2 weeks. The Black diaspora has the highest incidence of it, and us too will be on the ZNS Health Zone to deal with it. Yes, prostate cancer. Don't miss this informative show on Tuesday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Your #1 news team covering the North, the Bahamas Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It certainly was a celebration to send the kids back to school. Minister of Social Services and Urban Development and a Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the Honorable Obie Moniz, hosting the Back to School Jamboree on Jonestown Park, 8 Mile Rock, where a number of kids were granted back to school goodies, treated to haircuts, and much more.
We decided this time to just celebrate because there's been a lot of depression. We believe that many of our people have been living very difficult situations, and we wanted people to come out and have a good time. You know, it's important to smile, it's important to laugh, it's important to see others, it's important to share, and so that's what this is all about. We also wanted to emphasize the importance of education. We wanted children to look at what's happened to some of the Bahamian children who've done well, how they've moved on, the athletes who have ability, how they can get opportunities. We wanted to continue to talk to them about the positive things.
Well, as the future of tomorrow heads back to the halls of their respective schools, the Member of Parliament shared this word of encouragement.
Don't take education for granted. Let's make our country great. We're in the 50th anniversary of independence. One of the things that Sir Lyndon told us was take advantage. We're a small country, and because we're a small country, we have to be better than most. Respect teachers and respect families, and we have to give our salutes to the teachers. They put a lot in. They make a lot of contribution, and we don't always pay them right. We don't always give them the right benefits, and so for their sacrifices, we ought to be celebrating them as well.
And that's a look at stories making news. A check on sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to sports. It was yet another busy weekend in sports with track and field and triathlon, but let's begin with Jonquel Jones in the WNBA. Jonquel Jones and her New York Liberty dominated the Minnesota Lynx 111-76 to improve their record to 27-7, which is the second best record in the league. Jones didn't have much to do in the contest, only playing 20 minutes, scoring 4 points to go along with 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. Up next, Liberty will go up against the best team in the league, the Las Vegas Aces, tonight in a showdown between the top 2 teams in the WNBA. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Switching gears now, in sports, Team Bahamas finished 3rd overall this past weekend at the 2023 Carifta Triathlon and Aquathlon Championships that was held in New Providence at Goodman's Bay Beach. It was an improvement from last year's 5th place finish for the 242. Barbados repeated as champions once again, earning 1st place finish at the event. Coming in 2nd was Bermuda. Trinidad and Tobago finished 4th, while Aruba finished 5th. And finally, in sports, Team Bahamas was able to produce 2 finalists at the World Championships, one sparked by a national record-breaking performance, along with a pair of injuries highlighted the Bahamas team's performance at the World Athletics Championships in Hungary. Overall, the Bahamas failed to win a medal and didn't have a team to enter the relays competition. Devin Shelton was 4th in her quest to get on the podium in the women's 100-meter hurdles. The other finalist was Anthony Strong, who finished in 6th place in 22.29 seconds. Ladies and gents, that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with VAT. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Bellevue Business Depot is offering a 20% off back-to-school sale on all school supplies. We've got all your back-to-school supplies. You name it, we've got it. Pens, pencils, composition books, rulers, glue, sharpeners, writing books, geometry sets, backpacks, and so much more. Get this, we also have 2024 diaries available. Shop at Bellevue Business Depot today, located on Queens Highway, Freeport.
Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Cock the termites former Salmus, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
School is in. Here are a few safety tips brought to you by the Grand Bahama Power Company.
Kids, pack your school bag the night before so there's no panic in the morning.
Always buckle your seatbelt as soon as you enter the vehicle.
If you're walking to school, try to walk with a friend or family member.
Do not accept rides from strangers.
Always obey the speed limit when driving in school zones.
Use pedestrian crossing and crossing guards to cross the street.
Always cross in front and not behind your parents' cars. And remember to look both ways.
At pickup, wait for the vehicle to completely stop before approaching it.
And when all else fails,
be aware,
be alert,
and be safe this school year.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood. And your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
When a storm strikes and knocks out power to your home, you may be forced to use a backup energy source such as solar panels or a generator. But do you know about the potential dangers and how to safely use backup energy sources? There's one major risk. It's called Backfeed, and it can endanger you, a family member, or someone else, especially a lineman or electrician working at or near your property. Backfeed occurs when power travels from your solar setup or generator back through the utility lines, resulting in them being unknowingly re-energized. Backfeed creates a very dangerous and potentially deadly situation for line workers and the public. To prevent backfeed, generators, whether permanent or portable, should never be plugged into a home's wiring or directly to the circuit breaker panel. The best way to avoid backfeed is by installing a transfer switch. Preventing backfeed could save a life.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Minister Raymond Aubrey, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We want to say thank you so much for your support. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, parents and teachers reunited. A reignited debate on marital rape. Air traffic controllers seal new deal. And in sports, Bahamas third in Carifta Triathlon. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks for tuning in. Off and running, tens of thousands of youngsters returned to the classrooms today. Our news team visited several of those campuses around New Providence, where our Corville Pyfram found a mixed bag of back-to-school blues and first-day elation among administrators, parents, and yes, students.
This back-to-school day bringing out all kinds of emotion.
All right, let's go. All right. All the returning students, y'all can come inside. Only the students, if you're grade 1 in preschool, parents, you can go inside with them, please.
Some emotions a bit harder than others to put properly into words, even for the more experienced student.
Nervous. That's the big word right there, nervous.
A new school year brings veteran educator Glendina Mills to her new role as principal at Eva Hilton Primary School.
And so the excitement is rich here at Eva Hilton Primary School.
At C.H. Reeves, Principal Sterling McPhee spent the day welcoming his new squad of all 7th graders on this opening day.
So we're really excited, the teachers are excited, they're preparing, and we're ready to go for the new school year 2023-2024.
But for some students, it's just near impossible to shake those first day jitters.
It's nervous because some people came from other different schools and we don't know them as yet. But they by doing that.
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know. I just be nervous on the first day of school on my own.
After getting through those initial bumps typical of the first day of school, E.P. Roberts principal Ardrea Smith-Lewis, who too has just transferred over to the school, says beyond that, it was all around smooth sailing.
Oh, the first day of school was awesome at E.P. Roberts Primary. By 9:13, we had all the children settled and in their classes. The teachers were ready, the children were excited. We had the minister come and greet some of our children this morning. We had urban renewal come and help us as well. So it was an awesome day. Very, very slow transition back to school.
And this parent sums up best the feeling of the day.
My daughter is ready to go back to school. As she says, she missed her teachers.
What are you looking forward to most?
To get do all my BJCs, pass all of them, fingers crossed, make my mom proud. That's my focus, and do it in school and get where I want to get.
So by the end of the day, nerves were fine. Everybody seemed to have jumped into a routine. The advice to parents from education officials: schools are opened. They are ready to receive your children. So make sure they are in the classroom. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corville Pyfram.
Well, dressed in their freshly pressed uniforms, bags on their backs, and parents by their sides, students of Cleveland Eunice Primary School were greeted by security on this first day back. While giving some encouraging words to the students, Area Member of Parliament Miles LaRota also reminisced on the school's scholarship fund that's reaped positive results.
This being a new school year from I became a minister and MP, I have made it my business to come here every year to welcome the kids and to encourage them and to set the tone on the first day of school. We've had a scholarship program for the most outstanding students. D'Angelo Ferguson is now in St. Anne's. Kiana Wilkinson is in Bahamas Academy. Full year paid in advance by myself as an encouragement. We have completely set up a computer lab.
New Principal Avenel Newbold-Smith says the goal this year is to improve on the students' academic performance.
When I came in, one of the first things I did was I looked at the results from last year. So the first thing we did was we looked at the WIG, the wildly important goal, and it was 66%. So our goal is to improve that by at least 5%. So we are looking to achieve at least a 71%, GPA of 2.0 and above.
The first ones out, the first ones in. Students, teachers, and faculty at the Nassau Christian Schools entering their third week back to the classrooms. The school's administrative assistant gives insight on changes to the curriculum, the students' academic performances thus far, and other programs on tap. LaDawn Davis has that story.
A smooth transition for some 1,400 Nassau Christian school students as they head into the 2023-2024 new academic school year. But with changes in school curriculums around the world, Administrative Assistant Renee Mills says it poses no threat to the school's biblical principles and values.
I do understand that a lot of schools around the world, they have done so. We've not. Our biblical principles remain the same. Our academic curriculum, of course, we're always trying to improve because there are always new stuff added. As the world changes, technology, all of that, we try and change with that.
Despite this, Mills says several new subjects and programs in sports have been added to the school's curriculum to enhance students' interest.
What we're trying to do this year is to encourage our parents to assist with that in coaching, because I think that is our biggest thing. We need more coaches. You know, as the school grows, we have a larger persons that are interested in sports. So we need persons to assist them, you know, help us with the grooming them and training them.
Now, Mills boasts that students received at 85 and 90% passes in the BJC and BGCSE national examinations.
We had several students that got, got 9 A's. 2 or 3 comes to mind right away. Madison Forbes is one of them. We had quite a few that got like 8 A's and 1 B. So we did very well in the GLAC exams as well. We've traditionally done well, though, in our external exam passes. We're normally up in the top 5 at least.
With a heightened interest in the school's curriculum and the students' stellar academic performance, Mills encouraged the students to once again continue to do their best and to stay focused as the school looks forward to a productive and bright new academic school year. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
All efforts to mitigate the gaps and foster solutions to the COVID-imposed fallouts within the public education system continue. Addressing the nation on the issue Sunday evening, Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, announced plans to provide personalized, self-paced, targeted support in this regard, alongside training for parents to assist children at home.
Students will be pulled out of classes for an hour every day for literacy and numeracy sessions. I urge parents to position themselves on the front line of their children's education and closely monitor their progress and interact more greatly with their teachers. For our part, we will do all that is necessary to help your children, our children, recover and catch up, stabilize, and get back on track. I am confident that with all hands on deck, our children will, with resiliency, will overcome these obstacles.
The minister's comments are a direct result of what a universal standardized testing has revealed, and that's that nationally 44% of students require intervention. A big part of reversing this is to identify students at all levels of performance and, where necessary, have pull-out sessions monitoring and tracking students' progress as they move into succeeding grades.
We will not accept a state of affairs where children are simply moving through the system, falling behind, feeling lost and frustrated with diminished self-esteem in what may feel like an alienating environment.
Well, as noted, tens of thousands of youngsters returned to the classroom. It's not a smooth start, though, for all, at least in the case of some students here in the capital. Still, education officials have high hopes for the new academic year. With this angle, we turn to our Cleopatra Murphy.
Thousands of students from across the country returned to the classroom today, but that return was delayed by at least today for students here at the Uriah Maffei Primary School, where Minister of Education, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, admits the school just was not fully ready.
The issue of cleaning from the construction works became an issue and the air conditioning shouldn't come on. So that's most unfortunate, and it's something, you know, that really we had hoped we would not have to face. So those parents and students will return tomorrow, so they would not have come to class. They would not have been able to be integrated in class today. It's not construction or anything of that nature. It's just the administrative issue of cleaning.
Bahamas Union of Teachers provided video of several areas, including Uriah McPhee's preschool, that remained in disarray Monday, with Union President Belinda Wilson disclosing that after visiting on Saturday, she knew it would not be ready.
They did a very extensive work there. However, the air conditioning in some section of the second floor was not operable. Men were there working, putting up sideboards, but the teacher's desk and their material and everything was not ready. So we asked for that school to be deep clean before teachers and students can occupy it.
While the union has been working with education officials to get students back in the classroom, Wilson says after an interaction with one official Monday morning, teachers decided they would not enter. Uriah McPhee aside, the Minister of Education, who made stops at E.P. Roberts, Ridgeland and Woodcock Primary Schools, C.H. Reeves Junior High School, and R.M. Bailey Senior High School, says despite minor issues, students have been able to return to 150 schools.
Based on the reports I've gotten thus far, the children are back in school, and the orientation has begun. It's a new day. We're hoping that this is the place and space where our young people will be able to be socialized, educated, and really incentivized and stimulated.
We also spoke with several parents making school drop-offs at the start of what they hope will be a successful school year for their first and third graders. One of those students, Tiana Woodside, also shared her hopes for this school year.
My daughter, Ariana Johnson, she's going in grade 1, and I am not I don't want to get emotional, but you know, she just came out of Little Feet, so this is new to her, and I just wish her all the best, you know.
I wish for everybody to do best, do good, you know, get good grades to come, good prizes, good treatment, and stuff like that, and, you know, things should be all right.
My teachers are nice and I do good.
Hannah Martin says students across the country will be staggered in by grades throughout the rest of the week. But Wilson, who says she is keeping her eye on continued works on several campuses, says she hopes the country can get to the point that when school opens on day 1, full teaching and learning can take place. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Meantime, Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson is taking issue with the new acting Deputy Director of Education, whom she accuses of attempting to bully teachers. Wilson says the union has forged amicable relationship with the acting Director of Education, Dominic McCartney-Russell, that has enabled them to resolve issues without media involvement. However, she claims the acting Deputy Director has threatened newly appointed teachers who have not received their geographical postings or letters that they must make their way to their assigned Family Island post or their salary will be cut.
But we letting her know her time in that chair gonna be cut if her attitude does not be checked at the door. We've said it to the minister, we've said it to the permanent secretary, we've said it to the acting director, and we've said it to her. And I'm also gonna let you know that I'm putting a formal letter together that will be going to all of those that I just mentioned above and also to the public service.
Now, Acting Director of Education Dominic McCartney-Russell says she cannot speak to allegations made by the union regarding comments made to teachers, but says education officials seek to foster a harmonious relationship with all unions. She also gave an update on teacher allowances.
In regards to those teachers who would not have received the geographical allowance, you know, they should receive those tomorrow, and they will be able to move to their posting as indicated. And so we are giving them that opportunity to do so.
Well, exactly how did the first day of school go? What we can tell you is that traffic police were certainly out in full force to ensure a smooth flow on the streets. LaDawn Davis visited the Eastern New Providence early this morning and tells us what traffic was like.
Well, it's the first day back to school for thousands of government schools, and let me tell you, traffic is surprisingly not built up here on Village and or Bernard Road. Now I'm joined by Corporal Patrick Camp of the Royal Bahamas Traffic Division. Patrick Camp, I'm sure you're excited about the first day back to school. Talk to us a little bit about how, I guess, motorists and pedestrians can be cautious during this back to school hour.
Yes, I'm excited. And I don't know, you sure school open today? Because the traffic is at a minimum. And I hope moving forward it could stay like this. Unfortunately, we know that we do expect a build-up in traffic, not only just today, but moving forward for the rest of the year, pretty much. And we are encouraging the drivers today to please drive with due care and attention. Pay special attention to all street signs and markings, especially the one in our school zone areas. I want to caution the drivers to please be mindful that persons who are dropping off and picking up their little ones to not go above the speed limit. Should be driving 10 to 15 miles per hour in those school zones. Do not park on the, persons park on the pedestrian crossings. That is a no-no. We have persons who need to use that to utilize to get there to and from with their little ones, dropping them off and picking them up. And don't give the crossing guards a hard time today. Moving forward, they're there to do a job and assisting our little ones back and forth.
Because you seem a bit surprised. I'm a bit surprised that traffic here in the eastern area is not backed up. You know, last year and the year before, traffic has been really, really congested. Any tips you want to give to motorists to get out early for the school hour?
Well, I'll tell you this. I am surprised, especially for this area, but I guarantee you in other areas, traffic has already built up for this morning. And so I want to say to the motoring public, moving forward as of today, especially with the school reopening, to please get out on time. 15 minutes ahead of time will cause you to be able to work on time at least half an hour. Studies have shown. So please get out ahead of time. You got to pre-plan the night before so that you don't get caught up in this rush in the morning. And this driving in a reckless and dangerous manner, where persons feel like they got to go down the middle lane. People are still running through the amber light. Persons are not being respectful of persons who need to cross the street. Please, if you plan ahead of time, you will arrive to your destination safely.
Well, thank you so much, Corporal Patrick Camp of the Royal Bahamas Traffic Division. Back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, LaDawn. And as school reopens, we want to encourage you to send your photos and videos to us so we can share with the rest of the country at the end of the newscast. All you have to do is submit them to znsnews@gmail.com. Well, still to come, Bahamas Air flight cancellations. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Welcome to a world where hope is still loud, where dreams are still relevant, and determination has no substitute. Welcome to a nation where the people are still warm, resilient, and innovative. And Commonwealth Bank is at the center of it all, giving innovation and progress an extra push for more than 60 years. We're here for Bahamians because we are Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Just when Leo was about to buy this useless pair of Hands underwear, he remembered that it was Tuesday. Hungry for deals? You better come satisfy it at KFC before doing something crazy. Crazy Tuesdays! 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Crazy Tuesdays! A finger-licking good deal.
Are you dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. With win up to $2,500 in cash and more. For details, call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco.
Savings are especially sweet this week at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Soy's mayonnaise 30-ounce, $4.99. Rainbow corned beef 12-ounce, $2.39. Capri Sun drinks 10-count, $4.99. Pretty Lady grapes $3.99 per pound. Turkey wings $1.89 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, has aligned the investment industry with allies of the Caribbean Investment Forum to advance the socio-economic development of the Bahamas and the Caribbean region.
The Caribbean Export Development Agency, and by extension, this economic forum, has a simply stated objective to accelerate closure of the Caribbean's investment gaps and ultimately transform the region's economy by providing jobs and opportunities for its people. On a national level, our administration has made a priority the educating and equipping of the younger generation of Bahamians with all the tools that they may need to not only become employable, but to also allow them to become employers. We are creating and fostering the concept of creating fishermen and farmers and small to medium-sized business owners, making it possible for them to succeed. We must, of course, be intentional in making SMEs big businesses and making big businesses successful regional enterprises. We see many of these possibilities to do so arising through partnerships and collaborations with entities such as CEDA and CIF. The Caribbean Investment Forum's ongoing prominence will be connected to its ability to find tangible, practical, feasible solutions to the issues that confront us.
The Caribbean Investment Forum begins October 23rd at the Atlantis Resort. To buy tickets, visit CaribbeanInvestmentForum.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
An increase in the number of dengue cases in country. The Ministry of Health pegging that number to 21, up from the 16 late last week. Officials again making the public aware of the symptoms, namely headache, fever, nausea, vomiting, rash, and aches and pains. Persons experiencing fever and 2 or more of these symptoms should see a doctor. Public clinics, that's Fleming Street, Elizabeth Estates, Flamingo Gardens, and South Beach Health Center, are open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. An outspoken clergyman's renewing concerns over the divisive issue of marital rape. Senior pastor of Grace Community Church, Lyle Bethel, presenting his church's position during a press conference on Sunday.
We believe it's inappropriate to call it marital rape because consent, there's a sense that within the marriage, sexual relations are assumed. When a marriage becomes toxic, a woman can escape and ought to escape that by making it very clear that her consent is no longer being offered. It is being termed spousal abuse because that's what it is. Sexual relations is assumed in the marriage. What is not assumed is that a man should brutalize his wife, as we said in the scriptures, referring to the scriptures. Marriage assumes that a man is treating his wife with dignity and respect. If he's not doing that, he's guilty of spousal abuse of his wife.
And in the news this evening, the Bahamas Air Navigation Services authorities, Bahamas air traffic controllers on Monday, signing a $1.8 million 3-year industrial agreement. Our Lloyd Allen joins us in studio with more on this story.
Well,
Well, good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. During the signing at the Office of the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, identifying the group as deserving of enhancement as the industry continues to experience significant growth.
We recently launched a national strategic plan for the aviation sector, and it happened with the collaboration of all stakeholders. I am on record as saying that aviation is the oxygen that tourism needs, and what's good for tourism is good for the economy. Today's signing ceremony represents the culmination of more than a year of persistent and sometimes intense negotiations between management and the union. However, I can attest to the fact that both parties would agree that the new industrial agreement affords increased benefits and conditions to union members. It is a recognition of the key role that air traffic controllers play at the gateway of our country and our economy.
Compensation levels by way of the new agreement also set to better match members' salary scale with regional and international counterparts. Now, the agreement, retroactive to June 1st, 2022, includes 3 increments to members' baseline salary, an additional increment for the period June 1st, 2023, along with 2 other increments after June 1st, 2024. President of the Bahamas Air Traffic Controllers Union, Hinsey McKinsey, welcomed the deal, but notes that the road to getting here has been challenging.
I must say that working with the government was a pleasure, especially Mr. Evans and his team. Also with the Prime Minister who met us in April, who speed up the process. What had happened the last negotiation? Management gives a person, salary that was supposed to be of like 150%, which we said no. Everybody was supposed to get incremental value, which didn't happen. There were some things that we discovered, and we asked them not to do it. So we expect in this contract that don't happen again.
McKinsey says his team remains committed to quality service and looks forward to the next few months, which is expected to see an uptick in activity. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen. Makushla.
Thanks, Lloyd. Tropical storm Idalia forcing Bahamas Air to cancel its Havana, Cuba flight set for Tuesday, August 30th. That flight is now scheduled to take place on Wednesday, leaving Nassau at 11:45 a.m., departing Havana at 2:40 p.m. Now, similar measures taken in the case of Bahamas Air's flights 237 and 238 to and from Orlando and Nassau on Wednesday. Bahamas Air assures that penalties will be waived for all passengers traveling to and from their Florida stations for flights originally scheduled for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. At last report, the storm was traveling near that island, heading for the west coast of Florida. Bahamas Air statement stresses that the safety and well-being of the airline's passengers and crew members remain a top priority. Well, Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Well, coming up in sports for this evening, we'll check in on our Carifta Triathlon team. We'll tell you exactly how they did this past weekend. That's just ahead in sports.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Coop should go over here. The Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Farm Island Affairs got new services on My Gateway for farmers and fishermen. Now I can get my farmland lease, my farmer's registration and license too. Take that, Ozzy. That's my cousin who always trying to one-up me, but I got him now.
That who? Not Ozzy, eh?
Well, who else?
Boy, Ozzy done get his crawfish trapping permit and he out to sea on Roy's boat.
Visit mygateway.gov.bs today.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
We all know how challenged our blood banks are and how high a demand there is for blood in the country. The simple yet vital act of donating blood is saving lives daily, and officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Reservist Division assisted the cause by rolling up their sleeves and taking a needle and possibly giving the gift of life. This as the Reservist Division celebrates their 58th anniversary. The blood drive was held at the Paul Farquharson Conference Center on police headquarters.
You know, I had to represent for the Reserve Division. And guess what? First donor.
There's a need, an urgent need. So we feel that this is a way that we can contribute to society in a positive way.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Lowe's means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brightens my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Penn. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
At Koshright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Koshright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Koshright, where membership truly has its privilege.
Multi-million-dollar renovations to the runway at the Arthurstown Airport in Cat Island said to be progressing well. The project includes complete remodeling of the airstrip's infrastructure. Member of Parliament and Minister of Finance, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, says the work ties in with his infrastructural plan for Cat Island.
To get this completed, the airport in New Bight is about to get started, and when that starts, that will have to be shut down, and this will be the port of entry for visitors coming into Cat Island. And so we're trying to do it in a way where Cat Island will never be left without having connection to the world. And so this is ongoing. This is about to be completed, I think, in several months, and then the airport in New Bight, the terminal building has been started. Then the runway will start, and when that starts, then this will be open.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have partly cloudy skies this evening. Temperature at 89 degrees. The relative humidity 73%. Southeast winds at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,010.9 millibars. That is 29.89 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 85 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville Key and Abaco, Marshall, Babaco at 87 degrees. The Berry Islands, 86. Allenstown, Bimini, 84. 88 degrees in Harper Island, Rock, Sandy Lutra, Black Point, Exuma, and Kemps Bay, St. Andrews have a temperature of 89 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews at 87. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, 86 degrees. 87 in Georgetown, Exuma. 87 is also in Ragged Island, Clarence, San Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Megawanda, and Acklands. Matthew, Tanianago, 80 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. For all areas tonight, those winds will remain light and variable with flat seas 1 to 3 feet. Your low tide takes place at 50 minutes past midnight. Now, tomorrow in the north all areas for the Bahamas, southeast to south winds, those speeds, they're going to be around 10 to 15 knots, so the winds will be increasing. Wave heights building 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. High tide tomorrow, 6:41 in the morning with the low tide at 12:51 in the afternoon. Middle of the week, Wednesday, the winds become southerly. They will increase 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights building 4 to 7 feet, so we'll post caution flags for the northwest Bahamas on Wednesday. High tide will take place at 7:37 in the morning with the low tide at 1:49 in the afternoon. Now for the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, also constituting a caution flag for the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Give me my things. Triple P, move out of my lucky seat, boy, because I trying to hit one of these jackpots so I could plan my retirement.
Retirement? Yeah, you straight. This the island game, and Percy's pension plan is back.
What you talking about? How NIB good? Ain't gonna be no pension for none of we.
Now, listen, this Percy's pension plan, what I talking about. All you gotta do, put $20 on your account, and you enter to win one of 13 different pension plans.
What?
Up to $1,000 a week for a year. What? And you can win more than one, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Island Game, because I know one of them pension is mine. Now get out of my chair. While you up, give me that $20 so I can put on my account. Thank you. You owe me this long enough.
The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna Sausages are giving you a chance to win cash prizes up to $1,000. Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's. Take your receipt to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up for your right.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check here on a Monday, everybody. I'm Marcellus. A busy weekend for triathlon athletes as the Carifta Triathlon event taking place over at Goodman's Bay. For more on that, let's go quickly to Amajal Knowles.
It was a grueling 2 days of competition over at Goodman's Bay as 200 athletes from over 10 countries competed at the 2023 Carifta Triathlon and Aquathon Championships. Some rainy weather on day 2, but that would not deter the competitors. Final day of competition was capped off by a thrilling mixed relay that was won by Bermuda. The Bahamas coming in 5th in this one. Look at the final standings. In 5th place would be Aruba with 58 points. In 4th was Trinidad and Tobago with 66. In 3rd would be the Bahamas with 88 points. Bermuda finished in 2nd with 126, and taking the top spot would be Barbados with 178. Making history for the 242 would be young Lachlan Menzies, who would be the first Bahamian to win an individual gold medal at a Carifta Triathlon event, sharing a joint first-place finish in the boys' 11-12 division.
It felt really good to get the gold medal at home as well, because I was the first person in the Bahamas to ever get a gold medal. It was pretty tough because my run wasn't the best. I got a tied gold actually, and there was a sprint at the end. I was lucky I was able to tie with him.
His brother Malcolm would take 2nd in the boys' 13-15 division.
Okay, so Axon was great. I was swimming good. 4th overall in Axon. Hard run, but it was pretty good overall. And then our A-team relay, shout out to them, came 5th overall. 27 teams. Brilliant. Yeah.
The finish by the Bahamas this year was the best in the event's history. The 242 sitting in the 3rd spot overall with 6 medals total.
Well, we've been working over the many years as an association to build the program up. So each year we get more and more kids. We try and improve our training. We try to improve the events that we have. We try to build on the clubs. We have 2 clubs now, so we're really trying to attract people to the sport and to take the sport more seriously and to take the sport as a full-time sport rather than just something else that the kids do. We have a lot of swimmers that also do it. We have a lot of runners that also do it. We're trying to encourage people to be full-time triathletes.
I think it's amazing. There's so many more kids. When I first started, there was only a few, a handful, but now it's so many more people, and it's really fun now. You get to meet new people and see everyone that originally started, so it's pretty amazing.
And the local Triathlon Association saying they hope to build on the momentum of this year's finish and to get more younger athletes interested in the sport. For ZNSO Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
All right, thanks, Amajal. Well, the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League delaying the kickoff of its new season at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. The league was supposed to start last week, but now they're saying they will resume at a later date yet to be named. Now, as it is, more boys are involved in the sport these days, but there is a definite push for more female involvement, as we hear from league administrator Jason Clark.
We definitely have more guys. People generally would think that flag football or football just generally is a guy's sport, but we do have girls in the program and we do promote girls. As a matter of fact, we have 2 females that actually play on our traveling teams when we compete overseas, and so we are really trying to up the numbers in the female players within the league because it is a co-ed league, so we're definitely looking to increase those numbers on the female side. So we encourage the females, come on out, get registered. Anyone between the ages of 6 to 18, you're eligible for the program.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force honoring one of its own last week, former Commodore and sportsman Clifford Butch Scavala, with a new facility named after him. Charles Fisher has a story.
His name already displayed bold at the Defense Force base, Clifford Scavala, better known as Butch. Many current and former high-ranking officers on hand. Family members and supporters also there in Coral Harbor for this momentous occasion. And yes, there have to be a recruit's drill routine done in the presence of the former drill master. Then it was time to cut the ribbon to the newly furnished gym named in Scavala's honor, and doing the honors of officially clearing the gym open was the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe.
It's my pleasure to open this facility, which has been brought this far by faith. And I have faith that as we intend to demolish this building, this gym will be bigger and better when it's translated to its final state.
The man of the hour thanking all for coming out and support.
This is a humbling experience, and I thank you all very much. Minister, thanks for having me, and thanks for the honor. Commodore, thank you very much.
for all of you who have come out to support me. I am indeed very pleased, and I thank you all very much for coming.
Butch showing that he still has it hitting the bag. The former national softball team player and gym enthusiast letting the public know despite what he has been through since retiring to stay strong.
I've had a stroke, and so since then, I've been in the gym practically every week. And my gym partners, they saw me crawl in the gym initially. Now I'm able to push some iron. And I was not able to imagine not being able to push that iron because I was strong. But I had to go through this process like being a child all over again in developing my strength and coming to the point where I'm able to use the gym. And so I want to encourage all of you, get in the gym. Come go with me. Use me. Meet me in the gym as we continue.
A real state-of-the-art facility for a real state-of-the-art gentleman who has served his country well. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Monday. Don't go anywhere. We have a look at the weather. That's coming up right after this.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Atlantic agents and brokers. Good like that.
Our new website, CBS Preferred Contractors can now create estimates with their own logo, use our project calculators to work out pricing, and email quotes directly to clients. It's easier than ever to build beautiful with CBSBahamas.com.
With our new website, you can select a delivery date and time to your house, job site, or the mailboat. Our Family Island customers are loving it. Got questions? Submit them, and we'll respond within an hour. Build beautiful throughout the Bahamas with CBSBahamas.com.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahama Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, as usual, we'll get you started in the tropics. And we have Franklin, which at 5 o'clock this afternoon was some 485 miles to the north of Grand Turks, is moving towards the north